First, there was a lot of energy there at practice. It felt fun. We all love football. It felt really good to be back out. It felt good to be back taking snaps and going through the plays and whatnot. But as far as like the quarterback chase, it's competition. We're all best friends in the room, but we're competing. But we're also coaching each other up, watching each rep, taking mental reps when we're not going. So it's all a competition. But at the end of the day, it's friendly competition.
It looked like you guys were really enjoying yourselves here in the off season. I saw a lot of video of you guys like in the weight room and stuff. So what's the general mood and consensus about this team as we head into spring ball?
So it's always the mood is always be better than last year, but our main goal is to defend the CIC. Keep that trophy here at Mikey Stadium, but also we got a lot of big games on the schedule this year. So we're just preparing as best as we can. But our main goal is to defend the CIC and also improve each year and not get complacent.
Thank you.
Tyhier, good to see you again. And why don't you just take us through a little bit about last season? You came in, you played a lot. You had a big game in the bowl game against West Virginia. You ran for almost 600 yards last season. Tell us a little bit about how your game progressed as the season went along last year.
So I'm pretty sure you all know I came in recruited as a quarterback. Didn't play my sophomore and freshman year, and then this past season I got moved to slot for a little while, and I got back. We had a lot of injuries, so I came in. It was small game plan things I remember how to do, but I felt like the more repetition you get in anything you do in life, you'll get better at. So I felt like I grew as a quarterback, and most importantly, I grew as a leader. Throughout the season, but I felt like last season was just only the beginning. I've learned a lot in this spring. I'm learning, working on throwing mechanics, working on, reading in the pass game and running the full triple option. So I have a lot of things that I want to work on this off season. But most importantly, though, last season was just getting used to playing the big games and against good Power 5 opponents.
Absolutely. Just tell us a little bit about you've had a lot of seniors on the offensive line last year. You must be working with some new players this year, but you got Connor Bishop back. Just tell us a little bit about what it's like to work with new players on the offensive line.
Don't skip a beat. It feels the same. The culture that the offensive line has. We call them the mob. So that's big guys up front. Like today didn't feel any different. Everybody knows their assignments. We have a next man up mentality, and I know you've seen that last year with the quarterbacks, next man up has to perform. So we got a lot of young guys like Booby Law and Connor Finucane that played time as freshmen. So we're leaning on those guys to, and Dean Powell, of course, coming back. So we have a lot of great guys coming back online that could play as good as JB Hunter and Mike Johnson. Though they were great offensive linemen, but today, we didn't skip a beat. We have a lot of great linemen in the room.
Hey, thanks. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, sir.
Tyhier, does it feel like you guys are kind of back to normal, so to speak, now that you got camp? Does it feel like it was 2 years ago, or is it still have remnants of last year?
Sir, can you explain what you mean by like you mean in terms of?
Well, because with the COVID and everything that you guys went through last spring and everything, there was a lot of limitations.
So yeah, of course, and it's starting to, anytime you're in camp, even camp last year, anytime you're with the guys, it feels like good, like old times, Of course, you still have our COVID protocols, masks, testing, and things like that. But as far as wondering if we're going to have a season or wondering if we're going to have a practice, it's more normal. There's been times last year where we had to wonder if we were going to play this week or who we were going to play this week. So now, it does feel kind of normal. We know we're going to have 15 practices. We know we're going to have a spring game. So it's kind of like a level of certainty. So it does feel somewhat normal, but we still have all of our protocols put in place.
Does that change do you feel like that to change the way the mood is or the practices are, knowing that, hey, this year is going to happen and there's no question marks?
I could say, honestly, no. Even with last year, it was always preparing to play. Like, it was never any doubt. It was never we always prepared as if we were going to play. We always know football is the best part of our day. How West Point is a very difficult institution as far as academics and military obligations. So football is like the best part of a lot of our day. So whenever we're together, it's great practice, hard work, a lot of intensity. Like you say, you saw in the weight room videos, so like it's always a lot of level of intensity in preparing to play. So I don't think anything really changed.
So waking up at 4 a.m. is not the best part of the day?
No, sir, not at all.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Charles, did you have a question? All right, go ahead, Charles.
No, I'm saying I'm good for now. I apologize.
All right, Tyhier. So last year you head into the season, and maybe people don't. I know they're your teammates, but people don't know who you are. Well, now you've proven yourself, and I'm sure what you did last year raised your stock not only as a player but also as a leader amongst your teammates.
Yes, sir. So as far as that goes, even when I first got here, it was not playing. It's hard to lead when you don't show what you can do in the field. But even this year, it definitely put me in a leadership position. Like even when I'm off the field, I have to always maintain the standard as a cadet, as a soldier. So it put a lot of like eyes on me. But as far as like in the locker room, I gained a lot of trust from guys. I've always had their trust inside the locker room, but also I gained it on the field. You can tell, they look at me a little differently. But last season it just allowed me to build trust within the team.
I know you're probably not satisfied, and you probably feel like you have a higher ceiling. But were you satisfied with what you were able to accomplish in your half season as the leader?
Sir, honestly, no. I felt like last season I just did my job, but I didn't reach my full potential. That's why this spring I have a lot that I want to work on and improve on. So like, I'm never really satisfied. Even being Navy, there were a lot of mistakes that happened in the game, and Air Force there were a lot of mistakes. So like you never really feel satisfied regardless of what you accomplish.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, obviously, great season. Unfortunate, bowl loss. But how would you look back at 2020?
It was a great season. It started with, I'm very proud of the team, very proud to be a part of the team. We had very good leadership during the whole quarantine period, meetings on Zoom, and just keeping positive and optimistic approach on the season. But just, the team last year had a lot of resiliency, but, I was glad to be a part of that team, win the CIC, but, we're building the 2021 team now. So, we got to build on top of that.